friends, welcome to Magic Mustache Math. I am Miss Cosmos, and this is topic 11-2 homework on page 169 of your additional practice workbook. So as always, we're just going to do the even numbered problems. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then on the back we always like to do the assessment practice problems as well. So for number 2, it says name the point on the number line for each number. Well, we've got 10.28 hundredths, and I say it that way because we have two place values to the right of the decimal point, so I know that these are hundredths. So 10.28 hundredths. And where am I going to put that on my number line? Well, I know that I've got to find number 10, and it's going to be past that. So let's see. I see that I've got 10.20 hundredths, and then I've got a point right here. So let me count and see. If this is 30, I know that I'm going to have 10 in between here. So let's see, 10.21 hundredths, 10.22 hundredths, 10.23 hundredths, 10.24 hundredths, 10.25 hundredths. That one doesn't work, but this one might. 10, let's see, I'll mark this as 10.25 hundredths, 10.26 hundredths, 10.27 hundredths, and 10.28 hundredths. So this is point E on my number line. Now for number 4, 9.6 tenths. And I say 6 tenths because we only have one space to the right of the decimal point, so I know that this is tenths. So let's see, 9.6 tenths. Well, right here I can see 9.5 tenths. I know that this point right here next to it is going to be 9.6. So this is point A on our number line. All right, come on down to number 6. So for 6 through 10, it says name the number for each point on the number line in 2 different ways. Well, I can probably do that by naming them as fractions and as decimals. So for number 6, we have the letter Q, which is right here. So let's see, we've got 3.8 and then 4.8 over here. This is probably going to be, let's see, this would be 3.9. And then this would be 4. And let's see if we check that down here. We have 3 and 8 tenths, 3 and 9 tenths. And then this would be 3 and 10 tenths. But we know that 10 tenths is just another whole. So this would, in fact, be 4. Now, if we're going to put this in 2 different ways, our decimal would, of course, be 4.0 because it's just 4 as a whole with nothing in our tenths or hundredths place for the decimal, just kind of a placeholder 0. And then as a fraction, we don't have a fraction, we just have 4 wholes. So these are the 2 ways that you would write this, just as a 4 and then as a 4.0. All right, let's take a look at number 8. We have the letter S, which is right here. So let's see. So we have 4.00 and 4.10 over here. So this is probably going to be 4.0. Let's see. Let me see how many we have in between here. So 4.1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so 0.01, 4.02, and this would be 4.03. So if I'm writing it as a fraction, I have a 4, and then this would be 4 1/10, 4 2/10, and 4 3/10. So these are the two different ways that I could write point S on my number line. And as a decimal, it is 4 3/100. I say 3/100 because I have two places to the right of my decimal. So this is the tenths place and the hundredths place. So this is read as 4.300. Separated by a comma, I then have a mixed number of 4 3/10. You know what? I had to check that because I didn't know why I read that as 3/100 and 3/10. This is actually 3/100. And I missed that right here. This is not a 10 on the bottom. These are all hundreds. I apologize for confusing you there. And sometimes when you look at your answer, if it doesn't make sense, go back and look why. Go back and see what you did. So again, we are reading this as 4 3/100 and 4 3/100. When we read them, they should sound the same. All right, number 10, we are looking at point V, which is right here. So if we were to keep going with this, we have 4.300. This would be 4.400, 4.500, 4.600, and this would be 4.700. And then we would read this as 4 wholes and 7/100. So these are my two ways to write point V on the line. As a decimal, it is 4.700, separated by a comma, and then as a mixed number, 4 wholes and 7/100 or 7/100. Okay, go ahead and flip. We are going to look at number 14. Determine whether each is true or false. Okay, so complete the table. I've got true, my true column right here, and my false column here. So 0.09 or 0.900 is equal to 9/10. Okay, that is false because 0.09 or 0.900 would have to be equal to 9/100, not 9/10. So this first one is false. Okay, the next one we have 45/100 is equal to 0.4500. That is correct because we have two place values to the right of the decimal. Okay, so this would be equal to 45/100. This is true. Okay, now this one we've got 1.100, and that helps me figure this out because this is over 10. If this were true, this would have to be 1/100, not 1/10. So what they have here is the same as 1.1, which is not the same as this. So this one is false. Okay, 0.67 and remember I say hundredths because we are two place values over. This is the tenths and this is the hundredths place. So 0.67 over 67/100 or 6700. This is true. They are both over 100. Okay, so then this one right here, I have 5 and 5/100, and then this is 5.5 tenths because the 5 is actually in the tenths place, not the hundredths place. This 0 right here does not necessarily make this 5/100ths. This is kind of just a placeholder 0. You can have as many zeros on the end of this as you want. They really don't mean anything. So what I have here, this is actually the same as this, 5/10, not 5/100. So this is false. All right, so number 15, write the equivalent fraction, decimal, or mixed number. Choose the numbers from the box. Okay, so for the first one, I have 7.9 tenths. And I'm going to take a look over here and see. If you look right here, 79/10 would be the same as 7 wholes and 9 tenths, which is what we have right here. So 7.9 tenths is the same as 79/10. And I'm going to go ahead and cross it out because I know that I've used it. 1 and 1/100. So let's take a look and see. I think it's this one right here because we have a decimal of 1 point, and then my 1 is in the hundredths place, which means if this were a fraction, it would be 1/100. So I'm writing the fraction. 1.01 is the same as 1 and 1/100. And I'm going to cross that one out. 0.79 hundredths. Hundredths because there are 2 places to the right of the decimal. So 0.79 hundredths. And here I've got 79/100. So 79/100 is the same as 0.79 hundredths. I'm going to cross that one out. All right. 1.1 tenth, because this is in the tenths place. Remember, this 0 really doesn't mean anything. And here I have 1 and 1/10. Cross that one out. All right. 7 and 9/100. Well, I've got a 7 here, and I've got a 7 here, but this is 0.19 hundredths, and so that's not going to match up. However, this right here is 9 hundredths, which is the same as 9/100. So 7.9 hundredths. And 1 and 11/100. So I know that I need to have a 1, and really this is the only one that has 1 whole. This has 11, which wouldn't make sense. But I'm going to take a look at this one. 1 whole and 11 hundredths, which is the same as 11/100. So I have 1 and 11 hundredths in this box. All right, my friends, thank you for joining me for Magic Mustache Math homework, and I will see you next time.